The skies darkened without warning. What began as a typical day in Beijing quickly turned into a nightmare. Heavy clouds, swollen with relentless rain, gathered over the city's iconic skyline, and the air grew thick with tension. As the downpour intensified, streets that once bustled with life began to vanish beneath rising floodwaters. In the heart of the city, familiar landmarks were drowned in murky water, turning once vibrant streets into rivers of despair. Thousands of people found themselves trapped, caught in a catastrophe beyond their control. An elderly man stands in knee-deep water, his face etched with deep wrinkles of sorrow and worry. The weight of a lifetime's work seems to crumble around him as he grips a small plastic bag containing the last remnants of his home. His eyes reflect helplessness, yet a faint glimmer of determination still remains. Elsewhere, a young mother clutches her child tightly, the child's eyes wide with fear, silently pleading for safety. The mother's face is a portrait of exhaustion and anguish, yet she moves forward, driven by a singular purpose: survival. Their soaked clothes cling to their bodies as they navigate broken streets, their path obscured by debris and the relentless flow of water. Emergency responders, clad in reflective uniforms and waterproof gear, work tirelessly amidst the chaos. Their faces show focused compassion as they lift elderly people, carry children, and provide what little comfort they can. Every gesture is filled with urgency, every step weighed down by the collective tragedy. Each expression tells a story, a silent testament to resilience in the face of overwhelming despair. Buildings that once stood proud now lie battered. Roofs collapsed under the sheer weight of water, walls weakened and crumbling. A bridge, once a symbol of connection, lies broken, its steel beams twisted and submerged. The river, once a life source, had transformed into a merciless force of destruction, swallowing homes and memories alike. Vehicles, abandoned in panic, float aimlessly, their windows shattered, metal bodies dented and coated with mud. Children sit alone in the middle of flooded streets, their innocent faces smeared with dirt and tears. They look around with confusion, trying to understand why their world has changed so drastically. The sorrow of losing not just homes but security and normalcy weighs heavy in their young eyes. Families huddle together, standing in waist-high waters, supporting one another as they face the uncertain future. The father's grip on his daughter's hand is firm yet trembling, the mother's eyes brimming with silent tears, the teenage son scanning the distance for a safe path forward. Each face tells a tale of courage, fear,
The storm arrived without mercy, its dark clouds swelling with relentless fury. Rivers once calm and life-giving transformed into raging monsters, sweeping everything in their path. In the heart of China, the floods carved a path of devastation unlike anything seen before. Entire neighborhoods, carefully built over generations, vanished beneath a tidal wave of muddy, unstoppable water. Mountains, ancient and proud, stood defiant for centuries, until the fury of nature proved too great. Torrents of water, swollen by unceasing rain, surged down mountain valleys, eroding the earth, dislodging massive boulders, and carrying trees as if they were fragile twigs. Landslides, triggered by the floodwaters, crumbled mountainsides, swallowing roads, homes, and forests alike in a single, earth-shaking moment. The sound of collapsing rock echoed like a death knell, a reminder of nature's terrifying power. In urban centers like Beijing and Shanghai, Streets were unrecognizable. Cars floated aimlessly, their windows shattered, metal bodies twisted by the force of the flood. Buildings that once held life and laughter now stood half submerged. Windows broken, walls crumbling. The floodwaters carried debris far and wide. Furniture, household items, documents soaked beyond recognition. Fragments of lives washed away in a blur of destruction. Bridges that connected communities collapsed under the pressure of water. Concrete pillars gave way, sending chunks of structure crashing into the muddy torrents below. Vital infrastructure, designed to withstand the passage of time, failed as though it were paper against the might of nature. Entire roads disappeared, replaced by gaping chasms filled with relentless water, cutting off rescue efforts and isolating thousands. The countryside was no less tragic. Farmland, once lush and green, became barren wastelands. The once productive fields lay covered in mud and debris, completely lost. Irrigation channels, dams, and small embankments gave way, contributing to the relentless spread of floodwaters. Villages nestled in valleys were swallowed, their homes reduced to fragmented ruins scattered across the landscape. Every corner of the nation seemed touched by this catastrophe. Power grids failed, plunging cities into darkness as transformers and power lines were consumed by the rising waters. Factories and industrial zones, vital for livelihoods, stood submerged, their machinery ruined, leaving economic scars that would take years to heal. Amidst this devastation, the landscape itself seemed to mourn. Rivers surged far beyond their normal banks, overwhelming natural boundaries.
I never imagined life would turn like this. The rain, the flood. It's taking away my home, my memories. My heart feels heavy with sorrow, but I must hold on for my family.
Hillsides turned into sliding masses of mud and rock. Water flowed where no path should have been, carving new channels of destruction, leaving behind scars that would remain visible for generations. Schools, hospitals, and public facilities were not spared. Classrooms lay underwater, textbooks and personal belongings scattered. Hospital equipment essential for care was ruined, and emergency wards left inaccessible, their walls cracked and rooms flooded. The helplessness of the people in these institutions was palpable, faces etched with sorrow, eyes searching in vain for answers. Even as the rain began to subside, floodwaters remained. The sheer volume of destruction was overwhelming, and the process of clearing debris, rescuing stranded people, and rebuilding homes seemed like an insurmountable task. The waters that once nurtured life had turned into agents of mass destruction, leaving behind a trail of grief, loss, and ruin. This was not just a natural disaster. It was a harsh reminder of nature's unpredictable fury, of the fragile balance between mankind and the environment. Every collapsed bridge, every submerged